All right. So Governor Ralph Northam, Governor of Virginia, Democrat. So apparently he pretty much established a state of emergency. Okay, so it's to the point that it's this huge gun rally that goes on. I mean, Alex Jones is there. I mean, so many people who want to protect their Second Amendment rights. I believe they should. And it's a really controversial thing because like the governor of Virginia, he doesn't care about the Second Amendment of the people, and just a various of things like number one, as far as the gun laws is going on in Virginia, is making it very hard. So number one, of course, they're going to do like a background check of each purchase of a firearm. You're only allowed to purchase a handgun, some type of firearm, once a month. And they're allowing number three, they're allowing law enforcement to have the ability to go in here and just remove handguns from individuals that might be at risk of hurting themselves. Now, based on their evidence, they may have to go in through like the background check. And I do understand you want to go in here and try to eliminate different like mass shootings that goes on to protect their citizens, but people still feel like this is a violation of our privacy and our rights. Like come on, you ban certain guns from different events, like assault rifles. I mean, we have to protect and arm ourselves as well because the government does it all the time. And so this is one of these things that like 16,000 people was gathered around this whole rally. Only had like one offense, I believe. This one young lady had a mask on, and she was 21 years old. She refused to take the mask off, and she was in handcuffs and was in felony. But I mean, overall, it was like a peaceful event. I heard for the most part, but it's starting to be like a little bit like New York in a little bit, man. With Cuomo's doing all this whole thing with the whole gun laws, it's making it very difficult. And most counties and making it hard for like if you have a concealed pistol license, say from like Georgia or Michigan, and you traveling, say you had to get through Virginia to get to Tennessee or whatever. You want to drive through there, but your CPO license do not match with Virginia. You could possibly go to jail for that and have something on your record. And it's really kind of not fair for the people in a way because even in Georgia counties here, what I just discovered that my Michigan CPO license do not recognize Georgia. And so, in order for me to purchase a weapon or a handgun, I'm gonna have to go ahead and change my license to a Georgia residence. And you'd be like, man, and it's just kind of if you putting all these type of hurdles on and understand your whole objective is just to have some type of decency and order, is still people finding ways to possess illegal weapons, and they're gonna do whatever they want to do. If their intentions is to kill or to hurt innocent people, they're gonna do it regardless. So I'm just saying, like, these options that you're doing to just like making it very difficult for people who want to arm themselves and protect themselves against people like home intruders, invasions, all these type of things that you put in them, you jeopardizing their future and the way they live their life in a way, man, as far as protection. Because I mean, the police come after the incidents and all these things. So I gotta understand the frustration that goes on between people that's out here protesting, different malicious groups out there, and they like, hey, what gives? Like Ralph Northam, you have to talk to us. Like you can't just passing all these bills through the General Assembly. Now, the Virginia General Assembly, those are the options that's really going on as far as the bills. The only way for the bills to become a law, the House has to go through the House, and the full Senate has to start approving and delegate it. But it's kind of interesting though. I want to hear what Alex Jones had to really say about this because I know he was all in the speakerphone, microphone, and just going all throughout Richmond, Virginia. But even had Democrat associates like Lee Carter, who still works there, and he was receiving the death threats. I mean, people wanted to murder him because what he represented it, and he's against the guns laws, and he had to work somewhere in an undisclosed location. So I kind of see why like the sheriff department, they're working with different police department. He declared a state of emergency, but I mean, the only way this can really, I don't wish any hurt on anyone, but man, it maybe have to be another reason. Maybe the NRA can work with the governor about this in a way, just for the people to have some type of protection and have their own type of guns in a way, man. That's what I truly believe. I mean, yeah, guns of course kill people, but it's the person behind it, and I just they're pretty much used for initial protection, man, just in case stuff hits the fan and everything. They say, I'm just reading this from Google, it said a rally Monday also came about 2.5 years after a deadly incident in Charlottesville, which hundreds of white nationalists and their supporters gathered about 70 miles from Richmond to demonstrate other plans to remove a Confederate statue. Remember that. They were met by counter-protesters and violence quickly erupted. At one point, a vehicle drove into a crowd of counter-protesters, killing one and injuring more than a dozen others. Yeah, they was talking about that incident yeah, that happened before. When people was going really crazy, like white supremacist group. But no, luckily, none of that really happened. And this pretty much this rally. It was just a lot of people. It was so many people, man. But they just really acceptingly didn't agree with the lawmakers in the Second Amendment here. They refused to enforce new gun control laws that the Virginia legislature passes. Yeah, I mean this is something serious here, and they come up with a solution. See one more thing here. Let me see. Yeah, the Commonwealth. I mean, they even a lot of some people from Congress are really agreeing that they're trying to find ways to take away their Second Amendment rights. It's not a good thing. Republicans and Democrats are continuously at odds with this. I just want to see what you guys comments on this, man, about the Virginia anti-gun laws. It's starting to slowly be like the state of California and Virginia, and slowly it might be just going around and increasing everywhere, all over, spreading all over the United States of America. And so this is a huge battle. So this is a huge thing going on right now. It's gonna be an interesting year. So just want to see what y'all think about this, man. I'm gonna go ahead and close, but you guys can like, comment, subscribe. I believe the people should go ahead and have a right to say about these things, because as a Commonwealth state, it really regulates towards the people and who resides in that state there, to simply get the state to move forward and have their opinions about these sensitive topics here. But hey, the decision of lawmakers, maybe they have a different plan in their agenda. But I just want to hear you guys' thoughts. Just reporting this, man. You guys continue to like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.